The Sucks debut LP In-Cog-Neat-O was released in 2019 by Mom's Basement Records. It came out on Black LP limited to 100 copies, Orange LP limited to 100 copies, and Green Vinyl limited to 100 copies. There's a strange story about this LP that if you get all three versions together and whack them as hard as you can with a hammer into each other at the same time, it'll create a vortex that'll...
The suck time is here! You're probably thinking to yourself right now, why is this very good guy saying the suck time is here? Is it because it's time to go and suck a lollipop? Is it because it's time to go and suck on a piece of rope? Is it time to go... No, none of that. None of that stuff about actually sucking. It's more like something to do with this band that's called The Suck. Because this is their first LP, In-Cog-Neat-O, and as a massive fan of the Where's Wally, or Where's Waldo in America, books, you can utilise this front as an interesting puzzle, and maybe as a centrepiece for one of your very interesting parties. Cooey. When your friends come around, you can bring this out and say, here's a bit of a challenge. Hidden in this picture somewhere, deep inside this image, is 5 band members from the band that's called the Bloomin' Suck. Can you find them? I've been looking for at least a year and a bit, and I can't find any. Well, saying that, the first time I looked, I found 2 of them, but since then I've taken multiple more looks, and I can't find any of them. I'm just seeing trees. Anyhow, let's take a look at the other side of the album. So on the back of the album, you can see here, oh, it is the band. They're not hidden this time. It's more like the background is hidden behind them. Ooh, how controversial. What a turn up for the books. So here, side A, 4 tracks, side B, 4 tracks. That equals 9 tracks. That equals 10 tracks. That equals 8 tracks. Yeah, that was it. And down here, the people from the band, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Mom's Basement Records, and here's the credits of the album. Great. And this is black, which is all around the side, and also here on the spine. The spine is of a black colour with white writing upon it, so that when you're looking through your collection, you can remember, I want that Suck album. And not only is it in the right place, alphabetised, it's also got a black spine and white writing on it. I'll have to remember that so I can see it at a glimpse for your peace of mind. And inside here, great, this is a record and it's inside a paper sleeve. And is there an insert? Oh, there is an insert. Here it is. It's a booklet insert, very nice, with some drawings on it. And inside In-Cog-Neat-O, pictures and the song words. Oh, I love this. I love this. I wish more bands had booklets inside their LPs rather than just an insert. Lovely. Lovely. And on the back here, the different releases from both the Suck and from Mom's Basement Records, so that you can tick them off and collect your collection. And that's enough of that. Or is it? Because I want to keep talking about it. Because on the front here, you can see it's got the 5 band members. It's got all these different script... No, that's enough of that. Or is it? Because going back to this, you can see that the pages aren't numbered, but you don't need to number the pages because there's only a few, so that's enough of that. Or is it? Yes, it is. And here is the record inside this bloomin' sleeve. Really great. Oh, look at this. What a silky smooth colour. Looking at this would drift me off to sleep with dreams of silk. Do you know what I'm saying? It might remind me of the old Silk Road, which the Chinese used to use to deliver their silk through to the Europeans back in like 2,000 years ago, blah blah blah, that sort of stuff. And here we have a white label, very interesting, the Suck In-Cog-Neat-O. A, meaning side A. B, meaning side B on the other side. And here's the track listing, 4 tracks on this side, 4 tracks, just a quick word, it swivels very easily in case you have to get up and turn the record over, which you will have to do if you want to listen to it all. It has an easy swivel, so it has a swivel ease of, I'll give it a difficulty of 0 out of 5 for its swivel difficulty. Great, but enough of that, enough of this stupidness. Oh look, a little wisp of black here amongst the colour. How interesting. I saw a little wisp of colour the other day. There was some bird poo all over the floor. It was white, except for a little wisp of black in it. Dead interesting. I always look at things like that. Don't you? Yes, you definitely do. And let's have a listen to the music to see if it's any good. Or to see if it's disgraceful. Oh my God, what a disgrace. But it's probably not. Let's give it a little bit of a check. Now. Expecting? Was I expecting some kind of hardcore beat? Nah. Was I expecting the kind of thing they might be playing down at the supermarket? Nah. Was I expecting the sort of thing they might play in the foyer of the cinema when I go to watch the latest boring Marvel movies? Nah. Was I expecting some fantastically realised pop punk music? Yes! You've hit the nail on the head! You've really got the number of us there, you might be saying, because that's exactly what it is. And I'm going to hammer that home myself by listening to the second side, which is strangely called side B and runs at 45 RPM. Phew, thank goodness it's running at 45. So if you just listen to a 7-inch, you don't have to muck around with changing your flipping lead or whatever, changing your settings on your spinning turner. None of that. You can just go ahead and put this LP on and it'll play just fine. Optimised at masteration speed 45. Let's go ahead and listen to side B. Now! This record doesn't suck. It doesn't suck even though it is suck. Isn't that a strange thing? It's also a very obvious comment for me to make, and probably one that many other people make, and the band probably get a bit fed up with every time they go and do their gigs and stuff. People probably say to them, you don't suck even though you're called suck. That's a funny thing, isn't it? It's funny when people get fed up with obvious things that I have to keep hearing over and over and over again. You're now boring. And I'm not going to buck that trend. I'm here to say the same thing as everyone else. Great, that's interesting. Should you go out and get this? Yes. Should you let your neighbours listen to it? Yes. Should you take it round to your mother's house? Yes. Should you take it on the bus with you and put it on your travelling record player that you might have on the bus with you for some reason, so that all the old ladies who are sitting at the back will have to listen to it while they're doing anything? Yes. Because the upbeat tempo of the very good music might help them to knit a little bit faster, and therefore by the end of their bus journey they'll have finished knitting their cardigans, their jumpers and their little hats for the babies, or whoever they might be knitting for. Maybe they're crazy people, maybe they're crazy old ladies and they're not actually knitting anything of use. They're just knitting a square with a little sort of offshoot of a circular sort of shape off the end of it, maybe a bit like an elephant's nose. Do elephants have noses? Yeah, they're called trunks. That's what I'm talking about. Swimming trunks. Maybe they're knitting swimming trunks. Maybe I don't even know what I'm on about anymore. So you should go and get this Suck album and enjoy it and listen to me as I give you a rating from my mind and my eye, but not from my mind's eye. I give this a rating of 7 out of many. No. But yes.
ever so much for watching my very good video. Don't forget to subscribe to the Very Good channel and come back next week for another very good video. A video to watch. Now, it's a good video.